Hello. We're back. Light is green. I don't know what the fuck just happened. Sorry about that. Something went very wrong. Chai is pretty. The agent was right. I've never had that. Like, the stream just fucked up and then it was so behind it couldn't fix itself, I think. Sorry about that. Drakengard 2 is bad. Cat clock. My clock is shaped like a cat and its eyes move and I think it's angry, but I keep apologizing and it won't stop. But I said I'm sorry, but it won't leave me alone. And I don't know what it wants. I can't keep apologizing. Do you see it now? Too, it told me everyone is here and I need to be careful so they don't see me writing this letter. It wants me to stay with it, with my eyes on its eyes and moving very fast, but I can't keep going. And I worry they will forget about me, so indeed to re-ate you about this because I can't keep going, but the cat will because its eyes. So apparently that one had something real in it because they censored it. I like that. I like this one's real. Pinstripe world. I'm a plaid suit in a pinstripe world. I'm a plaid suit in a pinstripe world. I'm a plaid soup in a pinstripe world. I'm a plaid soup in a pinstripe world. I'm a plaid suit 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 in this pinstripe world. Oof. I read every one of those. I counted. Oops, I didn't want to skip 2 floors there. I wanted to go down, actually. I want to see what's in that. Oh, this is just where I did the letters on the other side. I see. I guess I could have taken the door like a normal person. Yeah, that line was... White Kitchen. Dear gentlemen of the Society of Sciences, it has been some time since I sent my initial letter. I hope it is not the case that you have dismissed my claims outright. In that hope, I am writing you to once more ask for your help in understanding the oddity that has befallen me in my home. I have recently begun renting a new apartment in the city. The space is nothing special, though for a time I found the isolating quite soothing. Recently, I've begun experiencing a strange occurrence. When I'm in my kitchen, a tiny little thing with not much but a sink, I sometimes lose myself. My surroundings change. I find myself standing on a strange dark stone. I stare out at the colorless sky, as white as disturbed snow, terrified of moving. Perhaps this is a brain issue. I think not, as it feels terribly real. This has been occurring for some months now, and I've become frightened of entering the kitchen. If it is not too much of an inconvenience, I would dearly appreciate a visit from one of your professionals to see what they make of it. I await your response with little expectation, but with great hope. Very truly yours, Lorraine Fitzgerald. So that actually directly describes the astral plane. A dark stone with a plain white sky, so she's probably actually going to the astral plane for some reason. But she still sounds like a crank. Which is fun. Oh, box. Yes, box. Thank you, box. Next floor. I think there's an enemy up here. I can hear him. Oh no, it's one of these.
Okay, I need to know where it's gonna end up.
What's the pattern here? Oh, okay, this one's just... Okay. What? I don't know why that worked, but it did. Moving letters. Acquired in 2014. Containment. Black rock paneling suppresses the item's effect. Description. A stack of 4 envelopes, each containing a single page of paper. All 4 letters are illegible due to extreme water damage. The envelopes, curiously, do not show any sign of such damage and are covered in messages of love. The items are able to move short distances at a pace of less than and always in a direction. This is the first altered item to have multiple separate parts, a fact previously believed to be an impossibility by a proposal to take the items outside the oldest house and follow their movement to its final destination is under consideration with the Budget Committee. See file RTO 7158 for details. Background. Items was found in the Dead Letter Archives where the herd? Is that supposed to be head? I think head archivist was attempting to escape a filing cabinet. She reports having no record of the items in her archive of letters. So it just showed up here because we've got so many weird letters that it came up with its own altered item. Our whereabouts. Hey, you have questions and the prophets have your answer. If you are truly intrigued, watch the time. We've lost about 45 days in the past 4 years. The shortening of days. This is why the Vatican is a sundial and also simultaneously a keyhole. Another thing while I'm here, if you want the secret to everything, compare plasma next to brain cells. The sun and moon are composed of plasma. Simply light, not planets. After this is cemented in your psyche, ponder the current whereabouts of where you, I, and humanity reside. Cheers. I trust that one. I trust that one. I think that one's real. I believe it. Oops. I banged my head. Vivid Dreams. To the esteemed members of the American Psychiatric Council. I am writing you to inquire about the significance of dreams in relations to one's mental health. I am aware that there are many books purporting to contain the true meaning of dreams, but I have reservations about their legitimacy. I understand that this is not usually done, but if I would greatly appreciate your thoughts on my condition. Ever since I was young, I've had intensely vivid dreams. They only occur sporadically, but in them I witness very strange events. I understand dreams can seem real at the time, but these feel markedly different. They do not occur often, perhaps only 1 or 2 a year. Last night I had one. I saw a small, empty town. It was utterly dark. There was a lake at its center. Shadows of people moved around me, muttering odd things. A bright light woke me up. I was screaming in my sleep. My wife had been shaking me for minutes before I woke. Because of this recent incident, I have decided to seek help. The doctor says I am physically fine, but I wanted to consult your expertise. Thank you for your valuable time. Yours very sincerely, Richard Boker. Yeah, I don't know what that's talking about. No idea. No idea. Could be about anything. Could be about anything, really. Going to quickly turn these into Langston, and I think he's going to give me another set of ones to find, but I won't do that right now. Nice show. Hi, Chai. You missed a few more crank letters. And I caught the final letter. I'm going to turn it into Langston, and then we'll go talk to Dylan, and that'll be the stream. But you might want to go back for the crank letters. There's a couple good ones in there. Here we are.
The sudden stop hits theaters tonight.
Hey, that's the third.
I'm missing an Alex Casey movie for this.
Come on. 3 in a row.
I found all those missing altered items.
All of them? Wow, you have a gift, ma'am. But those weren't all of the altered items missing from the Panopticon. The hiss must be making them restless. We've had several more containment breaches.
How many of these things did he lose? How many?
Just a couple. Should be no problem for you. I really appreciate your help. Really. Just super.
It's the worst. Love him.
I'll see you later, Langston.
I'll be here, like always.
So yeah, there's more. We may not be able to get them all yet. I'm not sure. Let me... Oh, I can get this. So before I leave the combat section, I upgraded Levitate to give me a new ability. Oops. Well, it doesn't usually almost kill me. You can see when I'm aiming at the ground, there's a little circle. If I hit C, which is also crouch, then I do a slam. And the slam eats up all of... The slam actually uses up more energy than I currently have. Like, it eats up more than my current max energy. Which also means that I can go into energy debt. Like, if I have very low energy, like right now, I can still use it. And it'll take me a long time to get it all back. So it's a pretty high-cost move, high risk. But it does a shit ton of damage and puts me right next to people who are all staggered. So it's also very good if you just want to slam into people. It's very, very powerful. It's super fun. It's niche because you can totally kill yourself doing it, but it's mostly really fun. Get new ability to go 1 HP on command. Slam is very, very fun. You can slam into walls too, and then keep floating after if you want to. Which is nice, because again, Levitate does not actually take any magic on its own. Or whatever the white bar is, I think it's magic. I figured I'd show that off, since once I'm in Central Executive, it suddenly stops letting me shoot my guns and throw stuff around with psychokinetic powers, which I think is bullshit. But whatever. I might be able to talk to Emily right now. We'll see. I think I'll talk to Emily and then Dylan? Or maybe I have to talk to Emily, Dylan, Emily? I don't know what it is. Or maybe Emily will just say, hey, you should go talk to Dylan, probably. Oh.
Oh my god, did she have to write everything in her made-up gibberish code? Fucking Marshall with her CIA spy shit, god.
Jukebox token. Oh, that's okay. That's new. So that was the free DLC they released with the jukebox. I don't know what that's about really. Maybe I'll actually end the stream on that because I don't know what that is.
I found this token. Any idea what it does?
That is a jukebox token. Little bastards turn up in the weirdest places, like bad pennies. The Rangers use them to activate an old object of power.
A jukebox, I assume. Does it have any good songs?
Nope, just the one record. Hey, be careful turning it on, though. When it's playing, you get a free trip to the formation.
The formation? That sounds ominous. Why does it send you there?
The Bureau has been wondering that for years. I mean, it's just a pile of rocks built by God knows who, but... Well, researchers have confirmed it's in the same threshold as the quarry. Well, no one's ever been able to map a physical route to the formation from maintenance.
So it's in the quarry. You just don't know where.
Pretty much. We only send in annual expeditions to the formation now. Checkups, Salvador calls them. This year's team...
Well, Salvador did call them. Just, you know.
To think of it, the song should have brought back hours ago.
I can go in and take a look.
I'd appreciate that. The jukebox is kept just past the security booth over there. Just put in the token and enjoy the ride.
Oh, you've got a bunch to talk about.
What's the deal with BlackRock?
I guess the rest of the stream will just be talking.
Started on BlackRock. You know, ever since research found out that it blocks paranatural stuff, they have just been parading dangerous materials in and out of the fucking quarry. Fucking lab coats, man. Love making my job harder.
Sounds like there's some tension between departments.
Still, at least the quarry's got a good view of the
Classic interdepartmental fighting.
We used to have after-work beers down there.
What do you know about Dr. Darling?
About as much as anybody, I guess. Head of research, loves to hear himself talk. All of those science types absolutely do. He's been acting a little bit psycho recently. Although HR told me not to use that word, so...
Everyone thinks finding Darling will lead us to the answers. But if he's completely lost it, then what help could he be? You're security, right? Do you work with Rangers?
Not often. Rangers are specially trained in threshold reconnaissance and ground zero AWE response. Security is more interested in the
Yeah,
dangers
it's just
inside the Bureau.
it's a little bit of an info
There
dump
must be
on
some
the
weird
difference.
stuff out there.
Oh yeah, definitely. You know, every week they are tackling things that were previously unknown to the human experience. Most Rangers, they retire due to cognitive collapse. I looked up the medical definition. Not fun.
What about
How
thresholds?
does the Bureau handle thresholds?
Handle might be a bit of an optimistic way to put it. Marshall sends her Rangers in to map them, check growth rates, locate epicenters, take samples,
Blah
measure
blah
stuff.
blah. Do
Sounds
science.
like he's done his homework.
No,
And then
Marshall doesn't do the
maintenance thresholds
science.
are used
but-
just like any other tool. Lab coats mine black rock from one, maintenance siphons water from another.
Oh,
We use it for pretty much everything, except drinking.
Why don't you drink it? Do I even want to know?
Yeah, a lot of time we find these little chunks in it. It's pretty gross.
I didn't want to know.
so they funnel in all the water they use for everything that isn't drinking water from some other
What
universe.
do you think of Marshall?
I love that.
Marshall. Marshall's a fucking badass. Rangers could not ask for a better leader. She's a little, intense, but given the stuff she's seen, I'm not surprised.
Chunky
She
water
does have a bad
universe.
habit of disappearing, though.
Where does she go?
Last time she vanished, I did some digging into the security logs. I found camera footage of her entering the quarry. She was down there alone for days. Now, typically that's not allowed, but Marshall is kind of above the rules.
Well, yeah, she
I wonder what she
runs the
finds so
department that does the crazy
interesting in
shit.
Mari. I have to go.
Again, I think that
Me
quarry
too.
thing is.
You're not the only one who's busy, you know.
Oop, that was the game just. Why do you still have a red marker next to you? Like,
I don't think I ever told you this, but I was actually on the path to being a ranger once. Did the whole boot camp thing. Even got rookie status. Anyway, not the point. My own ranger squad.
oh, okay, you've got another mission to give me.
There was 6 plus me. Remus, Hazard, Cho, Guy, Hepton, Stoll, and Thompson. We were supposed
Hazard?
to get back from an expedition yesterday. We had beers and
He had
wings.
2 Z's, so I guess it's his real name.
Problem is, they weren't here when Darling handed out the HRAs.
Then they had nothing protecting them from the hiss.
You see, they prepped for the worst, but I think that we're already past that. We all wore these pouches around our neck, and I really don't want the hiss to get them. Could you find him for me? The squad would have come back through maintenance. But
Yeah, he just has this other side quest to give me, which is honestly kind of a boring side quest. You just go find some mini bosses and fight them.
I have to go.
Me too. You're not the only one who's busy, you know. See you soon.
Let's go see what Emily's up to, and then
emitted from the HRAs is purely antithetical to every variant of the hiss signal I can arrange. But how did Darling create it?
she's talking to herself. I love it. Speech analysis. Analysis of Hiss Threat Part 3 by Emily Pope. If we understand the hiss to be a force based on vibration and resonance, then perhaps their incantation, which is now the agreed-upon term for their vocalizations, is an effort to express that resonance using human vocal cords and speech. Would there be differences if the incantation were recited in a different language? The most common word used is want. Interestingly, every usage of the word is attributed to a you. You want to listen. You want this to be true. You must want these waves to drag you away. Are we the you the hiss are referring to? Does the hiss believe humanity, possibly all non-hiss life, wants to join it, to be consumed by it? Is that its goal? The second most used words are through and time. Is this possibly the hiss stating how they arrived here, or an indication of its age? There's clear intention in the words. Dismissing the incantation as nonsense, as some of my colleagues recommend, is beyond idiotic. Refer to... for the full report. Refer to Tim Allen for the full report, please.
It's happening. After all these years, Dylan is here. But am I too late? How is he? I need to know.
He's clearly been affected by the hiss, but it's different than any other manifestation we've recorded. Maybe what makes you so special is genetic. He was a prime candidate. Or maybe it's Polaris protecting him, something else affecting the situation. I need to run tests. He seems
Really, tests.
more in
Wouldn't have seen
control,
that from you.
more present.
I want to see him. My brother. Or is he?
Of course. Now, Marshall set up an HRA-warded cage to contain him. It's on the upper floor, up the stairs.
Okay, I need to go.
Jesse, be careful.
The grunt. Yeah. What happens if I talk to her right now? Probably nothing interesting.
Hi, Jesse.
Yeah, figured.
I should be going. Enjoy
The
your walk.
I can't. That's my worst.
I will.
Wasn't even my best Melon grunt, I'll be honest with you.
Did you hear that his prisoner they captured is the
You are a worm through time. The thunderstorm distorts you.
Hi, Dylan. Long time no see.
But yellow and red in the eye. Through a mirror inverted is made right. Leave your insides by the door. Push the fingers through the surface into the web. You've always been in there. You walk as the control. We stand around you while you dream. You can almost hear our words, but you forget. Through time, the thunderstorm distorts you. Happiness comes. White pearls, but yellow and red in the eye. Through a mirror the inverted is made right. Leave your insides by the door. Push the finger. You are a worm through time.
Shit.
The thunderstorm distorts you.
That's Dylan.
White pearls,
Can
but
you
yellow
hear
and
me?
red in the eye. Through a
Come
mirror
on,
the inverted is
Dylan.
made right.
I'm here.
By the door.
I
Push the
found
fingers
you.
through the surface into the web. You've always been in there. You walk as the control.
Do you know who I am? You know me. Say it.
You are Dylan Faden's sister.
He's talking in the third person. Always a good sign. Do you know who you are?
Not Dylan. Trench and Darling made sure of that. I'm P6. P6. But I'm better now. The hiss made me better. Push the fingers through the surface into the wet. You've always been the new you. You want this
Can you
to
stop
be
that?
true.
Please. Not exactly the reunion I'd hoped for.
Not exactly.
Feels good to say those words. I want to say them. They sound good. They make me feel good. Don't you want to say them too?
No. Fuck off, no. You need to help me get this thing out of his head. If he is still in there, if there is anything left, you have to help me.
You came in through the hole in you. We let you in. You've always been here. The only truth. A copy of a copy of a copy of a copy.
Stop it!
Orange peel.
Shit. Shit. He can see you. This is not safe.
Dylan can see Polaris.
We found Polaris together with my sister when we were very small, in Ordinary, in the desert, through the door opened up by the slide projector.
I love the cuts in this.
But she didn't help when Trench took me away.
It's like weird split-second things, like the game's not quite working.
All the powers are my own powers. She didn't help when they locked me up for years. After the song time for applause, we build you till nothing remains. The egg cracks and the truth will emerge out of you. You are home. The Bureau brought the slide projector back here with me. And the Bureau did what the Bureau does. They used it. And they found... They opened the door up to the hiss. That's the only thing I can thank them for.
There. There it is. We stopped the Altered World event in Ordinary when we shut down the slide projector. And now the projector's here.
An earworm is a tune you can't stop humming in a dream. Baby, 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 yeah. Just fast. So safe. Nothing to worry about. Funny. I welcomed the hiss. I let it in.
So the hiss came through the slide projector here.
The hiss
I guess.
set me free.
If we trust Dylan.
Polaris is
If we
using
understand
you.
Dylan.
The Bureau is using you. You are a puppet.
You can almost hear our words, but you forget.
If we shut off the slide projector, maybe that will stop the hiss.
Your regulations.
Maybe it's not too late for my brother.
You must see the truth for yourself, Jesse. Sister. The horrible truth about the Bureau. The hiss is the better option. Go to the Prime Candidate program in the containment sector. I have the keycard to get you there. Salvador wanted me to have it.
Wanted? Bullshit. I saw what the hiss did to Salvador. What it turned him into.
Yeah, he had a bunch of weird
Okay,
TV
Dylan.
bits stuck in his
I'll go.
body, if you didn't notice when we fought
I
him.
want to see the truth for myself.
I didn't point it out because I was
I'll
busy
go.
getting murdered. But he was
only
extra
to look
fucked
for
up,
the slide
even for a
projector.
hiss.
You can help me. We can end this.
You are alone through time.
Now, I think we can keep talking to Dylan, though.
I don't know what else I'm hoping to find.
We can.
here.
Dylan. Can we talk?
You don't have to, but he's got a conversation
I'd
path like
to
everyone
tell you
else.
about a dream I had last night.
Off to a good start.
Okay. I'm listening.
I was back in Ordinary, before all of this happened. But in the dream, I was alone. It was just me. I was the only child. A girl. My name was Jesse Dylan Faden. But then the Bureau came and caught me, brought me back here, locked me up. Have you ever noticed that our names, Jesse, Dylan, they could be girls' names, boys' names, could be anything. Don't you find that weird? I find that weird.
Sure.
What the hell was that? Is he trying to mess with me?
I like that because he's trying to mess with the player.
The thunderstorm
Like,
disturbs you.
is this a theory? Is this a thing that's happening?
Maybe Dylan's still in there. Maybe there's a way to reach him.
I'd like to talk to my brother, please. Dylan?
Dylan would like to tell you about a dream he had just now.
This again?
Another dream.
I was going to be the new director of this place. I helped
It's
you
good to
get a
have
job
dreams
here
and aspirations.
so that we could be together. You were an office assistant. You'd make coffee and deliver the mail, and there was always plenty of work to do. And it stayed that way forever and ever.
Just
Nice.
get a dream down. Are you serious?
Really nice.
That's debatable.
But here's the strange thing. The dream shifted, and none of it was real anymore. It was a game. We were in a game, and it was a fucking boring game. But you couldn't stop playing. And then it shifted again. Or maybe it was another dream already. Or maybe I'm just confusing them. But in this other dream, it was more like a musical. This is an ordinary song about an ordinary girl from an ordinary town. It's the ordinary story. She worked an ordinary job in an ordinary office. And something. And that's all I can remember of that dream.
Maybe that's for the best.
I think this guy's a good director candidate, honestly.
Maybe I can learn more about the hiss from him.
Can we talk?
I just had an interesting dream.
Oh, shit.
That's fascinating, but let's talk about the hiss for a change, yeah?
This dream was about the hiss.
Best I'm gonna get.
Alright,
In
fine.
my dream, the hiss had broken free of this prison, this house. I'd set it free. And the president himself was there to welcome us.
Hooray!
He was the first one to take the hiss in. Spread the word. At first, many people thought it was horrifying. That he was horrifying. But also, many people who heard his words.
God, I love that when they
wanted to
cut
welcome the hiss in.
to looking at Jesse, his voice is like
Slowly,
right in our ears.
more and more of
Big
them
effect on a
came
headphone.
around, until the whole world was brought together by the hiss. It was wonderful.
Okay. Thanks for sharing that.
I think we get one or two
For the
more
record,
conversations.
That will never happen. Not as long as I'm alive.
The thunderstorm distorts you.
I think we get a little bit more
Maybe
out
I'm
of him.
just here to punish myself.
Maybe
Any
I'm just here to
dreams you'd
provide
like to
content
share,
for a
Dylan?
stream.
I'm glad you asked, sister. This dream, like all dreams now, felt very real. Like reality. And reality now feels like a dream. Maybe it's all a dream. Maybe it's all real.
Dream where my brother endlessly tells me about his dreams.
I was in a dark place, and there was a dark man there. His name was Mr. Door, and he told me that there are many worlds, side by side, on top of each other, some inside of others. In one world, there was a writer who wrote a story about a cop.
4 in 1 stream.
In another world, the cop was real. Door said he himself was in all of them at the same
That one was a Max
time,
Payne reference.
endlessly shifting between them. I asked him how I could reach these worlds. I wanted to bring the hiss there. But he didn't want to help me. He didn't like the idea. What did he know?
I'm not wild about the idea
I
myself.
feel like Mr. Door might be the devs of the game. I'm not sure.
Here we go again. Once more with feeling.
I think this is the last one.
Let me guess. You want to tell me about your dream?
Yes. Yes. In fact, I'm having a dream right now.
Oh. That's new.
In this dream, I'm standing in the corner watching Jesse and Dylan talk about this very dream. This very dream! He said just now! And repeated it again now! I'm standing there and watching, and that's all I can do. It's as if I'm trapped there. And that's all I have to say about that dream.
Okay, Dylan. That's good.
I like that one a
Is he
lot.
still in there? Or is this the hiss?
That might be my favorite one, actually.
I don't know.
Through a mirror, the inverted is made right.
But it's the last one you get from him, at least for now.
Push the fingers through the surface into the way. You've always been.
And that means I'm gonna call it. I thought about doing the jukebox, but I don't think now's the time for it. Box tokens. Oh, I can make more by using source. Okay, that's new. Let me just upgrade this so I don't forget. Just so I spend them. Anyways, that'll do it for me tonight. And I will see you all next week. We'll probably just do a shit ton of side quests next week, actually. Because I've got like 4. And I don't think any of them are... I guess the one where you hunt down all the guys is pretty lame. I could do that one off stream, probably. I don't know. I'll think about it. But the rest I will do on stream for sure. And thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.